Welcome back to STL Live. I'm Sarah Thompson, and my guest is Suzanne King of Covenant House, Missouri. Thank you again for being here. I want you to get into the details, which I think this is really an intriguing event, Sleep Out Executive Edition, and tell me more about this.
Well, it started, this is our 6th year. It started kind of as a pilot, project to see how this would work, but we wanted to recruit executives and leaders in our community. So, individuals who are very philanthropic minded or celebrities or people that our community will look to help lead effort and really help educate them on, what our youth go through who are experiencing homelessness or been victims of human trafficking, and help them then see a way for them to help educate others in our community, make better decisions on what impacts our kids, all of that. So we created this event.
Yeah, so tell us what happens. This takes place on November 16th.
Right.
And I mean, you have the participants, as you mentioned, they are sleeping out.
Yeah,
in the parking lot in your garden.
It's an amazing event. Like it's so much better than a gala, right? So these men and women come and they get to really have in-depth conversations with our kids and find out, how they find out about Covenant House, but even more importantly, like how they became homeless or, how they got into the situation they're at. Family dysfunction is the #1 reason our kids are homeless. And so helping leaders in our community understand that so that they can make better decisions. And then they get into these roundtable discussions with our youth, and they have these really in-depth conversations. They can ask them anything. Our youth will answer, everything that they're comfortable in doing. The very first year, Mayor Slay slept out, and one of our youth, Kane, came up to him afterwards and said, "Thank you for doing this. Normally, people like you don't notice people like me." And I was, like, oh my gosh, But it was so, it really. I didn't realize the impact on our youth as much as I was focused on what I wanted the leaders to walk away with.
That's really interesting. Yeah, that's a very interesting point. So talk about the actual, because when you have that first part of the night where it's sort of engaging in dialogue, and then the participants go outside and
at 10 o'clock I give them a sleeping bag and a piece of cardboard, and that's their mattress, and they go out in our sanctuary garden, the grass on the side of our building, and they have to sleep out there till 5:30 in the morning. And the minimum fundraising requirement is they have to each raise at least $5,000 to do this. And we do a bunch of social media and hopefully interviews like this to get the community aware of their efforts.
Yeah.
But then at 5:30, the kids wake them up. And we, load them up on sugar and coffee and send them on their way. But, really kind of debrief about their experience and then talk about what the next steps are.
And when you debrief them, what is the feedback? What would you say most people, the shock of, obviously you are sleeping outside, no shelter, nothing above you. But what really impacts the participants to take it to the next level?
I think the most feedback I heard was really, I had no idea. I didn't know kids experience this, because when you look at homeless teenagers, they look like everybody else's teenager who's in a home. They do not look like the chronically homeless adults that we see. And so that's so eye-opening for so many people. And then just to hear, that they're in school and that they're working and they're saving money and like all the things that they're actually able to accomplish while they're at Covenant House and working with us is, I think, such a mind shift for people, and it changes their mindset of what you think a homeless teen is. The grit and the stamina that these kids have is truly incredible and would make them incredible employees, because they're creative, they're resourceful, they're strong, They just need the basics, like to understand how, all that works.
And for people who are hearing this, who feel moved by the comments that you're making, what can they do to help support Covenant House?
Well, donations are always needed and much appreciated. We accept volunteers. We are always looking for people to come do mock interviews with our youth, get them used to what it's like to be in an employee interview situation. Doing, adopt kids for Christmas,
oh, that's great.
All kinds of things like that. Just go on our website and, you can kind of find all that out. Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming here and sharing. This is really, really fascinating, and I think a really impactful way to have other people step outside of themselves to experience what your youth that you help are going through. We've got the information there for you on the screen. It's Sleep Out Executive Edition. It's taking place Thursday, November 16th. Suzanne pointed out, starting at 6:30 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. And if you want to learn more information about what is actually happening and why this was created and what the impact and what the hope is for the future, go to stlouis.executivesleepout.org. Or if you want to support Covenant House Missouri and find out more about their programs and services, go to covenanthousemo.org. All right, well, thank you so much. We're going to have more STL Live right after this. Please stay with us.